You heard of Bruce Jenner, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know Bruce is a man. Well, he took off the body part. Where you going?
I'm leaving.
Why are you leaving?
Because.
What?
Because what you're saying is extremely offensive, and I'm not going to sit here
Well,
for it.
come and tell me why.
Have you ever watched a conversation fall apart in real time? This is one of those moments. Jesse Lee Peterson asks a woman what seems like a simple question, but instead of a quick answer, the exchange takes an unexpected turn. The pauses grow longer, the tension builds, and you can almost see the moment she realizes she's in deeper than she expected. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let's get into it.
Oh, you say you're also a feminist lesbian.
I guess.
Why pile on?
What?
Why pile on? It's enough problem being a lesbian. Why would you want to be a feminist too?
I don't really see like a fear of having identities as a problem. Like I don't know. I kind of just try to like be true to myself and then deal with the problem afterwards if it comes. I don't really like, well, is this going to be a problem? Well, maybe I shouldn't say I'm a feminist, you know?
Do you have perfect peace or do you have conflict within?
I don't know. I think that I'm in so much therapy, so we'll see.
So you're in a lot of therapy right now?
Yeah.
And for what?
I mean, I think everyone should be in therapy, but me specifically, I think that I've had a very traumatic life from a very early age, and so I think that it's important that I make sure that I do the work to make sure that that trauma doesn't come out in negative ways and I'm able to live my life with peace. And
why not just forgive the traumatizers and be over with it? Because if
oh
you
man, if it was
them,
that easy.
It is that easy.
No, it's not.
It's hard to forgive?
No. I've definitely forgiven.
Then
it's not that doesn't mean that everything's fixed just because you forgive people.
Why did you forgive them?
Because I don't know, I guess for selfish reasons.
What was that?
Because if I'm holding on to anger and resentment, that is so toxic to me. So why am I holding on to that? That's so silly. They're not gaining or losing anything for me being angry at them.
But
you know?
if you have truly forgiven, you wouldn't have the conflict anymore.
No, I know. What? That's not how it works.
Yeah, for real.
You think that if a rape survivor forgives the rapist, she will no longer have PTSD?
100%.
That really?
Yeah, 100%, without a doubt, and it would be as though it never happened to you.
That's not how mental health works, though.
Because mental health is mental.
Yeah.
You can't pay attention to mental health.
Yeah, but once you develop a trauma or a like mental health disorder, your entire brain chemistry and like physically changes. Your brain physically changes.
Right. And
so you
why
can't
that
just
is?
say out loud, I forgive you, and then your brain magically goes back to how it was before.
The reason for that is because when you're traumatized, like what I've read you've gone through, and we'll get to some of that in a minute, the fact that you were angry at the people who traumatized you, it separated you from the source of life. And so being separated, it brings on other mental problems, emotional problems, and things like that.
I kind of like my anger, though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's like a driving force in my life. That's why I make sex ed videos, is because I feel like I don't know why no one is doing it. I'm just so mad that like queer girls are being robbed of information when they deserve it, because we think that straight kids deserve it. Why don't we think that queer girls do?
If you knew that forgiveness was the key, true forgiveness, would you do it so that you could be free?
Sure.
And then you wouldn't need therapy anymore. You could use that money for something else.
I think that is a dangerous claim because it's not true, and it's demonizing people for needing or wanting mental health help.
No.
Because it's not that easy.
It is true. I mean, I've been helping
Yeah,
people
you can believe that, but...
No. It's not just a belief, it's reality. When you truly forgive, have you ever done something that you wish you had not done to offend someone or traumatize someone, and you say, wow, I can't believe I did that. I don't want to do that. And you end up doing it again?
I rarely regret my decisions.
But you have done that.
I guess.
It's
I don't really feel regret, because it's just, life is a series of obstacles to overcome, and you can try different tactics to overcome those obstacles and then see which ones work and which ones don't. And there's no sense in dwelling on something you did wrong. You can just change it in the future.
So you became a lesbian at 19. Do you think you were born that way, or having sex with another woman caused you to become that way?
Yeah, definitely not caused me to become that way.
Or do you think you were born that way?
Yes.
then why did you know it before 19?
Because I was very sexually repressed and also a very late bloomer. So I didn't even kiss anyone until I was like 17.
A few years ago, you did an interesting video on your identity. Mm-hmm. And you said you fall between 5 and a 6 in the Kinsey scale, on the Kinsey scale. Mm-hmm. What is the Kinsey scale?
Kinsey was a doctor who did one of the biggest, I think, like sex research, like for the first time. And so he basically rates gayness on a scale from 1 to 6, which is a very flawed system because sexuality and orientations and romantic orientations and all of that isn't really linear. It's kind of more like a constellation, and your gender and your identity and who you're attracted to and what you're attracted to and what kind of sex you like and what kind of person you want, all just really is this constellation. So it's kind of flawed. That's why I'm saying I'm between a 5 and a 6. Doesn't make any sense, you know?
And so I understand the feeling that you have for the same sex, for sexual stuff. I understand that. But when you're doing it, or when you stand back and look at it, seeing 2 women or 2 men attracted to each other sexually, is there any part of you that says, you know what, I know I'm doing this, but it's not quite right. There's something wrong with this.
No.
You know, it doesn't make sense that women of the same sex or men of the same sex will have sex. Is there something ever kicks in to say, you know what, maybe it's not what I think?
No. I felt that way when I was dating boys, way more.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And just, I don't know, being with women just feels so right and true and just feels good. How
do you feel about men? Do you resent men?
Not at all.
What's your impression of men?
Depends on the man. I mean, I don't know. Men is just such a large group of people that, I don't know.
So what is your impression of man?
Of which one?
The ones you know. How do you see men?
I don't know. In a sexual way?
What is a man?
What is a man? Man is an identity that someone can identify as.
Man is an identity that someone can identify as? Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know how to define man other than that, really.
Did you know before now that you really didn't know what a man was?
Well, I'm not a man. How am I supposed to know what it is or what it feels like?
What is a woman?
Same thing.
What?
Woman is an identity you can identify as.
So did you know before today you didn't know what a woman was either?
I guess I didn't.
So did you know that prior to now that you did not know what a woman was?
Oh, God. I don't know. I guess I could sit and think about a definition. I don't know, because it's difficult because you want to be inclusive of trans people and non-binary people. So I can't just be like, being a woman is these primary sex characteristics or secondary sex characteristics or your chromosomes or whatever. I think it's a mix of all of those things, and it's also a mix of who you feel or what you feel like you are. So being a woman and being a man and being neither or both is different. It's such a different experience for everyone. And I am so cisgender. I've always felt like I am a woman and I want to be more womanly and like all of these things. So it's hard for me to imagine what it would feel like to not be a woman. So I'm just like, I mean, it just feels this way.
Now this is where the conversation really shifts. Jessie sticks with the same simple question, but instead of getting a clear definition, the answer keeps changing. The discussion moves away from a direct explanation and toward avoiding the possibility of leaving anyone out. That's what makes the exchange so striking. The longer the question hangs there, the more uncomfortable the moment becomes. And Jessie doesn't raise his voice or change tactics. He just keeps calmly asking for clarity. That's when the tension really starts to build. Stay with this because the conversation takes another unexpected turn.
It's hard for you to say what a woman is because you don't want to offend the people who are confused about their sexual identity.
It's not that I don't want to offend them, it's that I want to include them because they are a part, they're a part of the conversation about, did you just say trans people are messed up?
Yeah, they're like abnormal. You know, like they've been traumatized. God. Why would you not identify what a real woman is because people who are confused about who they are might be offended when you might be able to help them by really identifying what a woman is and what a man is, and they may think about it and overcome their traumas.
Did you just say real woman?
Right.
So you think that there are women that aren't real women?
Yes.
Okay, like what?
A lesbian.
A lesbian's not a
Or
real
transgender.
woman?
Do you think men who take off the body parts and put on women body parts, you know, like breasts and all that, and put on dresses, are they women or are they still, are they women or are they still men?
Sorry, ask the question again?
You know how there are transgenders? Let me do this. Transgenders now, and they're confused about their identity. So you heard of Bruce Jenner, right? Mm-hmm. We all know Bruce is a man. Well, he took off the body part. Where you going?
I'm leaving.
Why are you leaving?
Because.
What?
Because what you're saying is extremely offensive and I'm not going to sit here
Well,
for it.
come and tell me why.
Nope.
You're running?
Yep.
And just like that, the conversation was over. She didn't leave because of shouting or insults. She left after a question she never really answered. That's what makes this exchange so memorable. Whether you agree with Jesse or not, he kept coming back to the same point and asked for a clear definition. For many viewers, that's the moment everything changed. It raises a bigger question about how we defend the ideas we believe in when they're challenged. What do you think? Did Jesse simply ask a fair question, or did the conversation go too far? Let me know in the comments.